Welcome back, everyone. We are back in the Temple of Time, and this is the balance beam room. This is apparently where you get the boss key, which I could not get last. Well, I didn't have last time. I guess I should say this is something that is very easy to pass up. I'm sure, like every time from what I recall with this dungeon, is every time I've done this dungeon, I have passed up this boss key and had to come back for it. Likewise here, I had to go back and do all the puzzles over again. Well, not really all of them. Like, you know, you hit the crystal switches to move the walls around and stuff. I pretty much had to do that all over again, except for like the first room. But anyway, yeah, you do have the claw shot up here. And use your spinner to go around here. I'm pretty sure there's also a heart piece up here too, if you ride like the other railing. Like, I can see on my map there's a chest, so that should be a heart piece. But anyway, let's just go on through this door. Something you don't see a whole lot. I do give this dungeon kudos for this, kind of hiding the big key. Usually they don't really, in dungeons, they don't really hide the big key from you, but here they kind of do. And looks like we have these guys back. I think this is the only time in this dungeon you see them. It actually seems like it's been a while since we've seen these guys since like the Lake Bed Temple. And we have an Armos here too. So again, 3 slices to the back. And yeah, right behind this cage here, this gate, is where the big key is. I believe all you really have to do is just... Alright, well that opens the door because... Okay, so it was necessary to kill all the enemies, not to get the big key, but to actually exit this room. But we should just be able to claw shot up here. And we have 4 switches to hit. We have a chest there that I'm not going to open because I don't really want what's in there. It's probably just rupees. I think 600. I think I'm at my max anyway, 600. It's kind of a weird maximum. Yeah, we have these 4. I think you have to actually get switches from the... Oh no, I know what you need. Well, first of all, let's get this guy down from here. Yeah, this can actually be tricky to figure this room out because you need all 4 of these switches down, and you have 3 of these statues. And again, the switches, you know, you have to have them held down, and you know you can't stand on it. So what you actually have to do is those helmet sword type of enemies with the armor on them. You actually can claw shot one of the pieces of armor up, and then you place it down, and that will be able to hold the switch down. And then we can go down and grab the key. I'm glad I didn't like get stumped on that. It came to me right away, and here we go. This is a big key, and now I have to backtrack back to the beginning. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna use Uku and just teleport out of the dungeon. So let's do that. That way I don't have to go through all that crap again. That's that's the biggest problem with this dungeon, and not so much of a design flaw, just kind of a annoyance, is that, you know, because it's a linear path, it's hard to kind of get back to the beginning, and you know, you have to go through a bunch of crap every time. So it's nice that they give you Uku right away. I think that's probably why they give you Uku right away, so you can just warp back to the beginning and not have to backtrack a whole bunch when you don't need to. So, we have to go through this again. Okay, well, I'm gonna cut a little bit of footage, and I'll cut right back to the boss door, alright? So, see you guys in a bit. Alright, going through this again, trying to rush on through, past all these traps, and you have to do it the same way as usual. You know, it's funny how we have like such a well, we have such a dangerous room here, but like the rest of the dungeon's pretty tamed. But that's how it goes. And we have to get rid of that statue again. So, same old crap. I don't have any fairies. I think there is a fairy in one of those bottles, or one of those pots, but I'm not going to get it just because this boss is super easy. And I don't think I'm going to need it. Of course, I don't know, there's one part of this boss that, you know, just with me having 3 hearts, I think it's gonna be tough. It could be tough. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll eat my words. Because this boss is pretty pathetic. In fact, this is one, I mean, it goes along with the dungeon. It's one of the more pathetic bosses in Zelda history, really. And it is a return of a classic Zelda boss and Zelda enemy, really, Gohma. And this one is, you know, more like a spider as far as his appearance goes. Kind of creepy looking, and his eye is on his back this time, as opposed to being like where an eye should be. And then he'll shoot at this laser stuff. Whenever he's shooting this, like, this is like his main attack, and to avoid it, you kind of go, oh wow, that does a full heart. This could actually be a problem, actually. And once he's shooting this, he can just shoot his eye because the laser comes out of his eye, and then the corner of the room here, we have statues that you should be... What? No, a crit... What? Claw shot? No. Jeez. You have statues that you can take... Oh my god. Take control of, and you use their attacks. You can hit B with, you know, to... Can I, like, get rid of my control of this? Thank you. And you can use your Dominion Rod attack to actually smash Gohma, so that's how you attack. Pretty sure moving around, yeah, moving around in a circle is the best way to avoid the his laser. Go. So let's try this again. I don't know why I set the claw shot there. I guess, I mean, it does kind of look similar to the Dominion Rod as a whole, like spiky top of it. So yeah, that's how you hurt the boss, really, and it's, you know, it's kind of an example of how, like, I don't understand why the Zelda team, in some of these games, they make it seem like they have to have the main dungeon item used against the boss. And, you know, the Minion Rod isn't that much of a good weapon type of item. This is the part that I was worried about with these guys. Thankfully they do drop hearts. But I was worried about them doing a lot of damage to me, and that didn't go. Actually, I gained from that, so that was not so bad, I guess. The hard part is finding where he is, really. But yeah, this is kind of an example of, like, you know, I don't understand why they feel the need to always have the dungeon item be the, you know, what you use to defeat the boss. Because all you really use the Dominion Rod to take control of statues, and not really use the weapon. But that's how they're gonna use it here. I was actually trying to land a hit on him when he was getting back up. I don't think he can. And I think he's gonna drop his crap down again. Yeah, it should just be 3 hits. But yeah, this is one of the most pathetic bosses in the entire series. So they don't really end the dungeon off on a triumphant note. And it's not a very good dungeon, it's not a very good boss, so it's just all... It's all big disappointment, really. I hate to kind of be a critic again, but it's true. You shoot it like this again, just kind of go around a circle. That's how I like to avoid it. Now I want to focus on him. Finding where he is again, that's the hard part. I'm gonna need to move. Oh, crap. I don't know where they're actually... Yeah, the only way he can really regain hearts is by his little mini spiders he drops down. His babies. Her babies, I guess. It's probably a she. Usually Gohma is a she. And yeah, she'll always drop in one of the corners nearby the statue, so you don't have to worry about, like, you know, it dropping like in the middle and you can't land a hit on it. And there you go, yeah, 3 hits, piece of cake. Kind of a joke. Actually, it is a joke. It's not just kind of a joke. Link, you really shouldn't be taunting after that. Oh yeah, it's not over yet. I forgot that there was this little face. So now the eyeball just kind of runs around as its own little spider. And you can just shoot it with your bow and arrow. You don't really have to go after it and slash it with your sword. And yeah, the little baby spot. And it's 3 hits too. That's kind of, I don't understand why they have that phase, but it's there. And there is our next mirror shard. That wasn't a nasty. I mean, it looked nasty, but it wasn't. It was harmless. It was as harmless as a house spider. That was definitely like, I don't understand like why you wouldn't have that as like the first, because like usually Gohma is like the first boss in the game, like one of the early bosses, because it's usually pretty easy. It's like the traditional tutorial boss. And I just don't understand why they put it for a boss in one of the late dungeons in the game. But whatever, there you go. Temple time is out of the way, and now we can move on and find out where we need to go next. Now this is the next part of the game I'm kind of worried about. Not as far as difficulty, but as far as knowing what to do. Because it's going to be a while before we get to the next dungeon. And let's just exit out here. Now that you have the Dominion Rod, actually, we can get these guys out of the way. I believe I can get a bug from here, so that's what I want to do. And you can also get a heart piece from going to the other side, I believe, or maybe it's this side, I'm not sure. Okay, that is the heart piece. That should be the heart piece. So let's go to the other side. Pots, maybe get a heart, just to be full. I always like being full. Because you never know what kind of dangers await me, even though there aren't that many dangers in this game. Oh well, there is a danger right there. It's a postal. Let's take care of that. It's been a while since we've gotten a postal. And finish him off. I believe the last one I got was at the beginning of the Snow Peak Temple. So should is this for the bug? There should be a bug here. Maybe I already picked it up. Hold on, let me just kind of listen around. I mean, I don't have to get it, but I'd like to get it just to get one more wallet upgrade. But then again, I'm not sure if there it is. It's right in the wall, but like, I'm not entirely sure though if bringing back a pair would give you a wallet upgrade, or if it just gives you. Oh, I already have a bug like this. Okay, that's kind of the annoying thing about the bugs, is that once you catch them, they don't like go away from where you found them. So it can be kind of annoying when you're going around finding bugs and then you'll find one that you already found. And it happens quite a bit. In fact, I don't even think I found all the bugs yet on my original file. I still haven't like completely 100% this game. There's still like a few little things I haven't done in my original file. But I do have all 20 hearts and all that good stuff, and maybe like a few postal short. But right here, as we exit this, Uku meets us again. Apparently Uku's a major character now. He's telling us how our Dominion Rod has run out of magic, and now it's completely useless, which is true. Once we exit the Temple of Time little realm part, it loses its magic. And now we kind of have... And we're not quite done with the Dominion Rod, even though it is one of the most useless items in the game. Again, this game seems to follow a bad habit of having dungeon items become relatively useless after the dungeon you get it in. One of the biggest complaints about this game. But let's pay attention. I really need to pay attention to the text here. Of course, we need to go to the heavens. That's where the next temple is, but it's going to be a while before we can actually get there. So we don't have, and we need the Dominion Rod to be able to access something that allows us to get to the sky. And she didn't really tell us where to go, but I think I know. Oh boy. See, I did a little bit of research on this, but I haven't exactly... I'm not entirely confident, so hopefully I'm not bumbling around too much. I think you have to go to Kakariko Village and talk to Ronaldo, the transsexual who is guarding over Ilia. So let's go meet him, or her, or it. Whatever it is. And transform. As far as like knowing what to do, this is probably like one of the more confusing parts of the game. And I've gotten stuck at this part of the game trying to get to the next temple numerous times, and I hope I'm gonna try to make sure it doesn't happen again. Eventually I'm gonna do like a practice run of like the rest of this. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be kind of a long sequence of events coming up here. And okay, Shad, that's kind of the next like character from Twilight Bar we need to meet. But he's in the basement of the sanctuary. Okay. And yeah, we all know Ilia's lost her memory, so from the very place where she lost her memory, we might be okay. I don't know why I don't remember this, but I guess apparently we need to go back to Orden Village. That's the only thing that I'm thinking. Rena's letter, it says to take this back to Talmud's Bar. I know that, but I don't know why it says that we need to go back to where Ilia lost her memory, because wasn't that in Orden Village, like the very beginning of the game, or was I not paying attention to something? Because I'm pretty sure that's where it happens. Well, anyway, I'm about out of time for this episode, so next time on Twilight Princess, we will take this letter to Talmud's Bar and hopefully make some leeway into this next part of the game. So this is Mike 127, signing out.